Those of you who are avid enjoyers
Hi
of Killing
everyone,
Floor,
Verac here.
this video is for you. This is about the latest disaster of Killing Floor 3, which I have heard rumors of that is not good. But we'll see.
Returning viewers will know that I'm a big fan of the Killing Floor series,
Bro, what is this frame rate? It looks
but
so
I gotta
stuttery.
keep it real with you. I played Killing Floor 3 for about an hour and a half and really didn't like what I played, so I refunded.
Curse of 3 is going on. You're telling me, man. Somewhere down the sequel line, there is always a bad apple. I've been seeing a bunch of you play lately. How do they find it? Lots of problems? I think that happens a lot in trilogies where 1 was good, 2 was peak, 3 not so much.
It. If you want to disregard my review based on that, be my guest, but Tripwire didn't finish the game before releasing it, so you'll have to forgive me for not caring to
Why is the floor on fire? Can someone please explain this
experience what this definitely not an early
Shrek 3 was meh. Oh, bro. Shrek 3 doesn't exist. And you know what's sad? Is that I think Shrek 3 just completely damaged the Shrek reputation so much that 4 didn't even get the attention it deserved, despite being a very well-written and mature story. It's a Killing Floor, duh. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. The floor is trying to kill you, makes sense. Okay.
Access title had to offer, whoa, past the 2-hour time limit before you can get a refund. I got my money back, I don't regret it, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't. Here's a bombshell of a first impression for all you.
Why does it take the textures to load so long? That screams poor optimization right there.
Fans of the series out there. In Killing Floor 3, there are only 6 characters to choose from. That's
what? How many was there in Killing Floor 2? I'm pretty sure it was a lot more than 6, right?
Right, 6. If you like Mr. Foster, or are interested in someone new, you're in luck. Everyone else, tough shit. Maybe they're saving the other characters people actually know and like for the Battle Pass. Yeah, don't
Why does that guy in pink look like Yasuke?
Don't worry, it's a modern game, so of course it has a battle pass and shop timers and
Bro, no. Like it's already a downer that Killing Floor 2 had this, but... $40 on top of the, what, $90 game? No, this is too much, bro. This is too
premium
much.
currency and seasons. Can you even call yourself...
I hate Battle Pass. I hate premium currency. I hate microtransactions in my video games. I hate pay to win. Hate it, hate it, hate it.
A video game in 2025 if you don't try to exploit your customers with fear of missing out and then sell them premium currency.
Bro, I hate FOMO so much. It's not even real.
Packages that are conveniently priced to never be the same amount as the bundles you're...
They do this so much. Probably like the prime example I can think of is Clash of Clans. I'm almost to the point where I'm only going to play game before 2010 based and good game build. Like you would have something cost in the shop like 100 gems, say that. They will sell you like a $5 pack for 70 gems, or they will sell you 140 gems for like maybe $10. So you either have to buy like the big the bigger bundle just to pay for something. So you end up spending more than what it's actually worth. Hear me out, Battle Pass is not a terrible idea. In theory, but in practice, more often than not, it's executed really, really badly. Premium Battle Pass, no, that's where stuff is garbage, yeah. I think a lot of people agree that games like Helldivers 2 did the Battle Pass really well.
Offering. Let's say you got 2,400 and then you bought the Foster pack. You would be left over with 900. What do you fucking know? 900 is just short of another bundle.
And then voila, you gotta buy it again. Just paying since everything now. Oh damn, I hate the live service of everything. Why can't we just go back to the old 2010s where everything was simple? Right? Like, they maintained the servers, for a while after the game was bought. And then when that ended, you went to your community third-party servers. You didn't have to pay any microtransactions. You didn't have to pay $400 horse armor. You didn't have to pay for all this nonsense. You didn't have to pay for all these DLC weapons, all these skins, because more money is needed because of corporate greed. Damn you, EA, charging me $1 for a reload. I know they haven't done it yet, but they want to.
Just 100 off. How?
Also, wait, I can now move myself back to the right side. Give me a sec. Whee! Alright, I'm back.
So fucking convenient. I'm so sick of this shit. It's just so obviously and blatantly exploitative of your customers.
And you know what's worse? 9 times out of 10, they will not offer the premium currency to be awarded by playing the game. Like, it's one thing if you have a premium currency. Hey, Chief, what's up, man? How you doing? If they allow you to gain currency simply by playing the game, and then also offering you to buy for monetary value. I think most people are fine with that. I missed my video. I am so terribly sorry. But the VOD will be up on Kick if you do want to watch it. So you can still catch my reaction, and you can even watch in ×2 speed like I do. But yeah, as I was saying, the way that they do the microtransactions is just absolutely deplorable. Made even worse by the fact that the bundles are never priced or arranged in accordance to the actual cost of the stuff that you're buying. So they always overcharge or undercharge the bundles. They never give you just enough credits to actually buy something. You always have to end up paying extra, which is just scummy EA behavior. That's like something that Clash of Clans does. It's really bad. But if you had to give, a system where you can earn premium currency just by playing the game, most players wouldn't mind as much. At least they can buy their My Little Pony skins after playing, for 4 hours.
I can't stand it. Darktide did this on launch. Why? I know why. Because it makes money. But I really just despise this practice. And
this is why, by the way, I have so much gigatism, I didn't even know that Killing Floor 2 had a shop. I boot the game, I press play, and I go into a game, I shoot, I leave. I don't look around at my options. I don't look around at my extras. I don't look around at my my character customization, nothing. I didn't even know that there was a gear tab. I just opened, I press online game, I played. Red Paracetamol has sent me, my liege, welcome, welcome. Same, based.
And I would consider refunding it on this alone. I just hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, and I have to move on or I'm going to be talking about this for the entire video. Back to the characters, right? There's only 6 of them. The reason for the roster being so small is probably because the perks are tied to the...
Bro, what is this, Shadows? Look at that. They're all jittery. And they're all like little barcodes around the character. And all the textures just load so incredibly slowly. What is this? This is like... What? It looks so trash. Also, what's up with this mist filter in the background? It just looks so there.
The characters, and there's only 6 perks. So you've got Commando, Firebug, Engineer, which is kind of support.
Let's go 2008 levels of shading. Bro, they literally brought back the piss filter, but instead now it's the dust filter. We're back to Half-Life 2 graphics, boys. Half-Life 2 is infinitely better than this. Infinitely better. RTX lighting, it sucks. There's probably ways to make it better. That right there just looks... it looks bad. Half-Life 2 had much better lighting than this.
And demolitions combined, from what I can tell. Sharpshooter, Ninja, which seems to be basic...
Okay, from what I saw in the gameplay, the Ninja actually looks kind of cool. Like, you got Shuriken, you got your Katana. It actually looked pretty decent, okay? Not gonna lie, I'll give him points there for creativity.
The Berserker, and then Medic. Do you want to play Mr. Foster as a Firebug? Too bad. Mr. Foster...
Wait, so they tied the perks to the characters? Bro, that is so lame and gay. In Killing Floor 2, you could have your character independent of your perks. I could play Foster as a medic, I could play him as Commando. I'm currently playing Foster now, I think, and I'm just playing him with absolutely everything. Oh, it could have been... No, I don't think it was Foster. I think it was another guy with like a ski mask or something. And I could just pick whatever perk I want. I don't have to do this. This is nonsense. It would be even worse if they have to make you pay to be able to use any character with any perk. Oh, I'll be so mad.
The Commando. Are you my wife and want to...
Casu, back in the day, devs had to make lighting manually with baking, while nowadays they just let ray tracing handle it. Yep. They've gotten lazy.
Play as a woman, but also as a medic? The women are both DPS classes, and the medic is a guy. So, again,
yep, I saw
too bad.
DPS
According to a dev post from the day before launch, there were...
Watch when you need to buy Battle Pass to unlock more characters with their own perks, Kappa. Yep, it's coming.
Working on decoupling the characters from the perks so that...
Wait, what? Players can expect perk and specialist decoupling work to be completed, allowing the choice of any specialist to be any perk, and several major qualities. What?
You can play whatever as whoever you want, and I'm glad they're listening to player feedback from their playtests prior to the launch, but it tells you a lot about how incomplete the game is that they're still making huge game design changes like this while the game is now actively being sold to the public. Sold in 3 different packages.
What is this? $80 for game? Nah. Not too much.
I might add. Another amazing trait of modern gaming. You know, these kind of big changes are the things you'd usually think would be sorted out prior to launch, but what do I know? Killing Floor 3 doesn't have an early access tag on Steam, so it's probably fine. I mean, it looks slightly better than the beta test they had a few months ago, so that's...
Bro, this looks so garbage. What is this?
something, right? Right? So we've gotten rid of being able to play any perk you want as any character you want. You know, just one of the big identifiable things that made Killing Floor kind of unique as a series. So here's a couple other fun things that have been changed that were things that made Killing Floor kind of unique as a series. Really glad we could get rid of these. The welder that everyone had, that's gone. Just completely removed. So forget about welding doors. Every character having a...
They removed welding? What?
A rechargeable syringe, which you could heal yourself or other players with, that's gone too. You can...
They made it a straight up hero shooter now? Unironically, yes. Hello, Maltomancer. What's up, man? How you doing? We're busy watching the absolute slop show that is Killing Floor 3.
You still heal yourself, but syringes are now a limited resource that you buy between rounds,
what?
And...
They made syringes pay to win now too! You have to buy syringes? And you can't even use them on your teammates? Bro, this is absolute downgrade.
You cannot use these syringes on other players. I always felt that everyone having a syringe was one of the cool things that made Killing Floor kind of unique.
Right? Haven't you guys ever had that awesome moment where your teammate is about to die and you reach him just in time with your syringe to heal him up? And then he just wins the round for you? You won't ever get that moment again. You don't hate executives? Oh, executives, investors, activists, journalists, they can all go to the wood chipper.
Everyone could heal everyone else and be helpful if they wanted to. It was just that the medic was way better at it. Same as everyone having a welder, but support was way better at it.
It was kind of like everybody was kind of a generalist, but also a specialist at the same time. And this is especially important if you have like a smaller number of people in your party, because not every lobby is going to have 6 players, let's be honest. So imagine you're in like a party, but you don't have a medic. Well, okay, well now you guys are just screwed once you get to like wave 20, right? Because now you just can't survive all the Skrakes and all the pounders. Your cheeks are gonna get clapped. But at least then, you know, at least in Killing Floor 1 and 2, you know, you could heal each other up, you know? You could sort of cover for the absence of a missing class. Same with welding. Yeah, you couldn't replace doors, but you could still weld them shut, you know? At a subpar rate, but you could still do it. You could kind of cover it for each other, right? They just completely removed that mechanic for no reason.
Everyone could still help out if they wanted to. I thought that was kind of fun. It was kind of unique. But, you know, in Killing Floor 3, we have to remove all of the things that gave it an identity. So, if you want to keep your dumbass teammates alive in Killing Floor 3, I guess you better get used to playing nothing but medic. Hope you enjoy that. Hope you didn't want to play any other class.
Bro, what is this weird artifacting around his face?
To playing nothing but medic. Hope you...
Look at all those shadows.
Enjoy that. Hope you didn't want to play any other class. So that's...
Bro, did you see that? That looks so awful. What was that? Like, I know it's zoomed in, but it just looks so distorted whenever it moves.
2 more things that made Killing Floor kind of special and interesting. Every character having a welder and a syringe. Whoop, out the window. Don't need those anymore. Bye-bye. And if after all these changes you still felt like you were kind of playing Killing Floor, don't worry. They've also added collectible play...
No, why? I'd love a law that wouldn't let anyone but devs to control the development process. Paste.
Player cards and vaulting.
Splendid.
Wait, what? Bro became a French mime trying to vault up these cubes.
Sliding, dashing, and a bleed out state when you lose all your health that makes you feel like you're playing Call of Duty.
Why would they do this? Why?
Instead of some other video game. Maybe the one that it's titled on, I don't know. Let's take pointers from the series that has been having an identity crisis.
How is this Call of Duty? Let's go, COD Zombies! Oh no. Like, I understand that it was very much, you know, kind of inspired by Call of Duty's Zombies mode. but it just forged its own identity into being its own thing. It's DLSS, deep learning super sampling. Basically, for every 1 pixel, you have 5 or 10 fake pixels. Make the graphics. Ugh. It's so trash though. It looks so bad. Like, I understand, okay, maybe they had, like, 1 or 2 extra pixels, but like 5 to 10? Oh, it looks garbage.
For years. That's a good idea. Hold on, what? Now we're having an identity crisis. What the fuck? But there's something else that bothers me more than just about anything else I've mentioned thus far, and it's something more intangible that I haven't really heard other people bring up, and maybe it's silly, but I have to get it off of my chest. Killing Floor 3 is not British enough. Now, I know this.
So they want a bunch of shirtless men in pubs with beer fighting. It was so sad since the latest COD Blops game looked like it wasn't going to be what it ended up being. That is kind of sad. Massive L's all around.
Sounds strange coming from an American because it's my God-given right to make fun of the British. I'm pretty sure it's
Based.
in the Constitution, but just hear me out, okay? Let me tell you an anecdote. Back in the day when I was at home, I'd play games on the family computer. My dad likes video games too, so sometimes he'd come watch whatever I was playing. He'd watch me play some Team Fortress 2, Left 4 Dead, and Killing Floor. He remembers a little bit about all the games I played, some more, some less. When it comes to Killing Floor, he doesn't really remember the perks or the visuals or the guns. You know what he remembers about Killing Floor? It's this.
Money, money, money.
I even remember, like, I can even visualize the audio, not visualize, I can audibly hear in my head the sound of people giving out money in Killing Floor 2, where it's like, money, money, money.
Give us a few quid, Governor. Hell no. No chance, pal. Who needed money?
He remembers that the characters had ridiculously thick British accents.
Who needed money? Bog off, you wanker. Yeah.
I wish they kept a little bit more British in the sequel. All the characters have thick, yeah, they did. I wish they kind of kept that in Killing Floor 2. Like, you can still hear like some of the voice lines a little bit similar. Like, they still say money, 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 but it needs a little bit more thickness to it, you know. They need to be aggressively British. They need to have, like, you know those beer caps that Americans have when they go watch like the Super Bowl? You need one of those, but just filled with British tea. Give it to all of them.
You prat!
To this day, I cannot pull out cash in front of him, or him in front of me, without one or both of us saying,
money, money, money.
See, this is when you know when you make a good video game, when you can make subtle references to it and have the other person immediately understand without context.
And maybe I'm in the minority for this, but I don't care. I miss when the game only had 2 voice actors, and to the average American, they were both insane sounding.
They were very good. They were so memorable. Especially when you play a game over and over and over, voice lines are so important. And this is why, especially for games like RTS games where you're always clicking units and they always have their voice lines play thousands of times, you know, over the hours, you need to have really good voice acting. But if it's poor, that is just going to make such an impact on your game quality, because people won't feel immersed enough. They will, you know, grow tired of hearing other voices. But when you have such good voice actors like these aggressively British dudes, it just makes the game that much more enjoyable.
Oh, where's the bloody crack when you want one? I want drugs now! Jesus, I'm bleeding like a stuck pig. No.
They were using fucking Cockney rhyming slang, for God's sake. If you did the voice line to say, go upstairs, sometimes they would say, get up them apples.
Get up them apples.
They're saying that because stairs rhymes with apples and pears.
What?
It's silly, it's unique, it's specifically British, and I kinda love it. The series' most famous character wears a Union Jack on his chest, and has gaudy Union Jacks emblazoned on his cosmetics. Killing Floor doesn't call its enemies zombies, it calls them Zeds. It calls its slowdown mechanic Z time, not Z time. Some of its characters have included people like Captain Sir
That is aggressively British. Spend your dash and shut up, yes.
Richard Wiggins and Kivo the Chav. The series
I read Chad for a second.
As a whole practically owes its entire memetic footprint on the internet to an English comedian's novelty song from 1988. Harry Enfield's Loads of Money, which the characters in the game reference endlessly.
L-O-D-S-O-V-E-M-O-N-E. What's they spell? Loads of money! Probably.
That was so good.
Loads of money.
These voice lines were so fun to spam, they were so popular with players in general, that eventually they added Harry Enfield to the game.
He's the guy. It's him, the OG.
Sorry, not Harry Enfield. Legally distinct Harold Lotz. He left Dosh behind him in a trail where he walked. I would wager Killing Floor single-handedly introduced hundreds of thousands of people to the word dosh who would otherwise never hear it in their entire life. Try to look up anything Killing Floor related and I guarantee you will run into memes about holding dosh and throwing dosh and dosh dosh dosh. Killing Floor 1 was rooted in a specific place and culture. It made it stand out from all the other shoot the bad guys games. Killing Floor 2 zoomed out from those roots a little bit, but not too much. There were more voice actors with more varied accents, still many of them from the UK, while keeping the two classic characters with their original voice actors. Adding a bunch while keeping the originals, that's a great way to handle a sequel.
You see, this is what happens a lot in trilogies. You get the first game, solid, well put out, very good quality. Second game, expands but does not depart from the formula. Same mechanics, but with some expansions, you know? Some quality of life improvements, you know? Taking it to the next step. And then number 3 tries to rewrite the rules, tries to rewrite the mechanics, and it ends up flopping. Every darn time.
Point is that unique cultural aspect, it seems small, but it also added just a little something to the game. Some would say soul, some would say flair. And in Killing Floor 3, that flair is hanging on by a fucking thread.
Do you know what I hate? I can see that all these fire textures are all 2D, and I hate that.
Thread named Mr. Foster, because there's only 6 characters, and he's the only one listed as being from the UK. It's a...
Bro, just look at that. The freaking pixelated nonsense from this DLS.
1 out of 6 now in Killing Floor 3, and it's grim.
Wait, what?
From the UK. It's a 1 out of 6...
They got Z fighting. They didn't even rig this properly. You can see the shirt underneath the jacket thingy. We wanted to bring our vision to the game, and I want to bring my vision into your... Yep. That is so bad, I didn't even do it properly for the menu of all places.
6 now in Killing Floor 3, and it's grim. This game is so confused about its identity. It wants to be Call of Duty. It wants to be Fortnite and Darktide on release, and also...
We've gone backwards. We need to go back, boys. We need like, look at the shadows. What is this zigzag pattern that you find on industrial factory roofs that's coming off of this very clearly smooth line over here? What is this? Return to Monkey? Return to 2010 gaming, bros. We've gone backwards. Like, look at that one. I've seen better quality shadows in 2010 games. What are we doing here? DLSS and ray tracing? I feel like they're just using it more of a crutch than anything else. Does it honestly look all that better from 2 years? Than 2 from... No, it doesn't. If anything, it actually looks worse. Reject microtransaction, return back to 2007, the year that Command & Conquer 3 came out. What a banger year.
Helldivers. And to me, it seems like it also wants to be Overwatch. We're bringing an international team.
Exactly. Like, I understand that things like this have its place. Like, you could probably use DLSS, you know, just to add a little bit of extra fidelity, you know, a couple extra pixels. But they're cranking it up to, like, times 10? What? It just makes it look like garbage. It just completely fuzzes out everything. It looks so bad. And then you got this RTX thing that they use to replace a bad lighting with. Which is just absolutely, just an absolute stroke of a headache. There's a YouTuber who explains about it. I'll send a Discord channel. I've probably seen his video. I have... seen many videos complaining about DLSS and all the modern plagues of modern gaming. But yeah, do send it. If I haven't seen it, I'll definitely check it out. What's a good example of this? I think it's Batman Arkham Knight. if I'm not mistaken, it didn't have any sort of ray tracing or any sort of DLSS nonsense, and that game still holds up. I'm not saying, oh, it holds up, it looks acceptable to look at. No, it looks amazing.
Together from all over the world. I liked this when Overwatch did it. I liked it because it was a new
Like, look how much better this looks. Yeah, sure, it's animated, but just look at those shadows for comparison. 100%
property
better.
all its own and wasn't skinwalking something else. I don't like that Killing Floor
Compared to the shadows over here, look at that. Bro, it looks like someone, you know the edge of a carpet? Where, like, it gets kind of stringy and it kind of flares out? That's literally what all these shadows look like.
is trying to be Overwatch. I want Killing Floor to be absurdly British, stereotypically British. I want them to add the spiffing Brit to the game, and
That would have been so amazing. Spiffing Brit in Killing Floor? Woo! That would be the collab of the century.
want him to
boys.
fucking throw tea and crumpets at the Zeds while referencing Gordon Ramsay. I want them to add the guy
Where's the lamb sauce?
from Top Gear as playable skins and have them insult one another constantly. I want to be able to play as that dude from Birmingham who just woke up in a fucking steamy mood yet because he lives in a shithole.
He sounds just like Microshone. Bring back Kibble the Chav.
Anyway, I think I've made my point on that. Those were my biggest complaints on a broad scale. Here's some other stuff about
What is this? What are we doing here, people? Compiling 1,000 shaders? Oh, badly optimizes the slot.
when you actually boot up the game. The first time I turned it on, the game asks me if I want to enable crossplay. I said no. I play through the mandatory tutorial,
Superb sliding specialist.
stumbled my way through the mandatory hub world because you can't just get
Why would you add a hub world? It adds nothing of value to the game, and it just makes getting into the game even longer. Why?
into a game from the main
Oh,
menu
jeez.
anymore. We've lost the tech for that in modern gaming. It can't be done. You also have to go into a completely separate hub world to play solo, which
Why? That is so necessary. Why?
is a little fun thing. Like I said, we just don't have the technology anymore. Anyway, I used my real-life computer to walk my virtual ass up to the in-game computer so that I could get into a multiplayer match in the video.
What are we doing here, people? Why would you have this? Exactly, you're literally just wasting your time. I hate this codification. They've completely lost their identity. This game is garbage. It will probably take you at least 2 years to fix all this. Get rid of your absolutely horrendous graphics. Get rid of your bad hub. Bring back the OG character, creation thing that we had in the in number 2, where you could select your character, you customize them out the wazoo, and you could pick your own perk. Bring that back. And bring back the money.
Video game in real life. I loaded for a bit, and then I was greeted by the sight of, wouldn't you know it, console players.
Oh no. No. Hear me out. Remove the FPS in the hub. Make a screen where you can just click on anything. Access instantly. Yes. You know you're doomed when you're in a squad full of commandos and they're all console players because they can't aim. You disable crossplay. What is this? Good question.
Disgusting! Ugh! This is why I turned off crossplay. I don't want to see the plebs. The game did not run well, and as you can see, I am playing with every setting on low. But I am willing to believe that this is just a case of me needing a computer upgrade, so that's fair enough. If it's not just my computer
I actually know he was playing on low. But I bet on high it doesn't look much better either.
needing an upgrade, then this game is wildly unoptimized. I'd be interested
That's what I've been saying the whole video, bros. This is unoptimized garbage.
to see what other people say about this, so if you've played this on a high-end computer or if you've played this on console, please let me know down below how it ran for you and how it looked on your system. Moving on, the guns feel worse to use than in Killing Floor 2, and I don't know how to explain it exactly, but it just feels like they don't have as much impact or something. I don't know. I just know it doesn't feel as good.
And by the way, there is no excuse for making guns that don't feel nice to play, because you have 20 years, even more, of excellent gun games with excellent sound design and feel. Just copy those. On console, it's going to look all soaped. I can already see it. Oh no, not the soap. I'm not even going to try this. It's probably not even available for Xbox One, so we won't be able to try it on there. Probably the best example I can think of for sound design in a gun game came out 20 years ago. For those of you who had a PS2 and you played the game Black, That game, to this day, probably has the best sound design for guns ever. They're also all fake, made-up guns, no real ones like in 1 and 2. Yep. Like, what is this? What is the crate, boys? What is this? Like, I understand that the setting is a little bit in the future, but you could have just had guns based on, you know, actual 21st century guns, but with, like, you know, futuristic attachments. It's like they're trying to be a bad version of Infinite Warfare.
There are also fewer weapons to choose from.
Why do you do this? You're charging more and you're giving less. I hate this.
But more modifications, so that's kind of a wash. I'm more of a just give me a gun so I can go shoot things type of guy, so I'd personally prefer more weapons versus...
Yeah, more weapons always beats more upgrades. I think the only exception I can make for this, I've seen it on Series X, it has a cool thing about the Xbox original boost screen plays before the game starts. That is pretty neat. A single W and a pool full of L's. What was I saying? Oh yeah. The one game that does weapon upgrades really, really well is Dead Space 3. Now, was it as good as 2? No. You know, for like the whole game. But the weapon crafting system that Dead Space 3 has is far superior to any other game I've ever seen or played. It is very, very well done. A little bit imbalanced, you know, because it's kind of hard to predict the combinations people come up with. But it was just really, really well done. If you're going to have low weapons, but like, you know, bazillion upgrades, rather than go the Dead Space 3 route in terms of their weapon customization, than have basically 6 guns with like 20 attachments. It's either that, or you go the complete opposite route and you have just 20 guns with like 3 attachments. That's the better route to go to.
all the options for attachments, but I think that'll make some people happy. And I also do want to throw in a few positives. The music seems good. I didn't...
You know, the music of Tempest Rising was also good. The rest of the game was sucked though.
Listen to it extremely closely. I was more focused on the gameplay, but I heard metal in the background and my brain went, yep, that's Killing Floor, they got that right, so no complaints there, at least from the songs I heard while playing. And a big compliment I'd like to give to the game is that I actually really like the redesigns of the Zeds. I think the crawler looks...
That's kind of scary, not gonna lie. That's something out of Silent Hill.
Fucking nasty, and I mean that in a complimentary, good, horror monster kind of way. The bloat looks way more intimidating. I like...
He's a big chunky boy.
a lot of these new redesigns, to be honest. I like...
What is that? That's probably the intended reaction.
They're not all perfect. I feel like the Flesh Pound and the Scrake could be beefier maybe, but overall I felt like these were some...
Half-Life 2 enemy, literally. What is this skinny arm?
pretty interesting
the other one
and
just
positive
buff. Literally my chat.
changes.
I don't like the husk change. He needs to be more orange.
But despite that, unfortunately, for all the other reasons...
Gooner Z. Gooning Floor 2, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Gooning Floor 3.
I've mentioned already, I don't recommend Killing Floor 3. I hope it improves in the future, and that it'll be worth the dosh, but I'm not holding my breath. I'd like to thank everybody who's bothered to watch to the end of the video. It's very much appreciated. I'd also like to thank all the people on
There's
Patreon.
no color differential between the Zeds. Yeah, that's kind of what I pointed out with the whole, oh damn, forgot the husk. He just looks like this random, you know, black and silver blob. What happened to the cool orange, you know, very visible identification features that you had in Killing Floor 2? I recommend not killing the floor, actually. You need to stand on it. You need to stand there. Very funny.
Patreon, YouTube memberships, and all the people who have used code VERAC on gamersups.gg.
Why does pulling out the drone give your screen the drone UI? Well, it's just visual clutter. Why did they do this?
These are all great ways to support the channel. None of it is expected, and all of it is appreciated. Thank you all very much. More of it.
Also, why is this so wide? You should have made it like half the size. And like put it down here or somewhere. What is this? This is too much, boys. Too much. I'm very much a minimalist. If I'm gonna have text, it needs to be half the size and rather vertically over here, rather than stretching out halfway into my screen.
Videos are on the way, so
You are now the drone?
I will see you
What? WoW UI? Oh, bro. I saw the Asmongold complaining about it the other day. It looks so trash.
in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Another year. You want to look at these reviews with
Anyways,
me?
half the
Yeah,
game
okay.
population already dropped since launch on going, ooh. Oof. And it's been on what, a couple of days? Ooh,
This is a positive
rip bozo.
review, and it starts with the title, When Style Replaces Soul.
What? Soul leads to style, people.
What? And it fails hard at carrying the name Killing Floor. Why is this a positive review?
Maybe it's like a 5 out of 10, which Steam interpreted as positive. 0.1 hour review. No. No. He didn't even play 10 minutes, he played 6 minutes. 0.1 hours is 6 minutes. Because it's 10% of an hour. Bro played, he barely made it over the 5-minute mark, and he made an essay. I'm gonna say it, boys. Paid reviewer. Paid reviewer. Caught.
That's so confusing.
The weapons feel cheap. The menu is pointlessly interactive. I agree with that. Baffling. They removed the welder. They removed the syringe that you could actually heal your friends with without being a medic.
Yeah.
This reads to me as ChatGPT.
Literally.
They wrote this review at 0.1 hours of review time.
I mean, at least they played it for like another 5.5 hours, right?
Opened the game for, what is that, 10 minutes or less?
Yeah.
At 6 minutes.
And then wrote this entire review?
You know what's funny? How do you discover all of this to write a review in 6 minutes? Is beyond me.
Yeah.
100% paid review.
No.
Okay, the positives, and they say the active abilities are introduced. Yeah, maybe. Weapon modification system brings solid improvement. Maybe. Battle Pass is packed.
Like, the only time that you make an exception to this is if you have Steam completely disabled and closed while playing it. But I don't even think you can close Steam like with something like this that is, that has its own servers up and running. Bro treated the review like a school assignment he didn't want to do. Yep, pretty much. Like, for example, Steam doesn't track my hours played in, say, Red Alert 3, because I have Steam completely disabled. It doesn't even launch when I launch Red Alert 3. I just immediately just close it. Because I'm playing on like a third-party server, right? I don't need it. But a lot of games, whenever you close Steam with it, the game just crashes. Battle Pass is positive. Are you brain dead? Yes, he is. He's a paid reviewer. DRG, a Deep Rock Galactic, has a Battle Pass and it's completely free. That's how you do a Battle Pass.
With content. And yes, the premium version pays for itself over
Lies.
time. What is that?
No premium version ever pays for itself.
You pay for the premium version, not the other way around.
Never heard a person ever write a review where they say a game feels soulless and then they praise a battle pass.
Oh, not that one.
Nah, this is AI. People are
AI? I would argue that this was actually paid review. But it's very possible that the review was written using an AI. And it just pulled stuff off like Reddit and the Steam comments or something.
glazing this in reviews with AI. What is going on?
It's even like it's even formatted how ChatGPT would respond, so it probably is AI. Absolutely cooked, 100%.
I need some dosh right now. No chance, pal. Loads of money.
Dead internet theory? Despair gay? Oh no, that is scary. Let's not even think about that. 21 pounds. Lots of money.
Tar, mate.
That was amazing. 100% you're getting a like. I should subscribe to this guy. He's pretty cool. I like him.